Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by the garden today. We're going to go over a little succulent tour. It's really hot out today, but it's been really nice in the morning. So I figured before it starts steaming up, let's go take you guys on a little tour around the lanai and show you all the succulents growing. Let's go. Alright guys, so we're going to start down here over by the eastern side of the lanai where I grow a lot of my lower light succulents. Let's take a closer look. This one is a Graptosedum California Sunset, and it's a trailing variety. And I also have a Graptopetalum paraguayens next to it, which we propagated from succulent leaves. This picture is from back in November 2019, and this one's from February 2020. You can really see how much they've grown, and we're in June. This is a little cactus arrangement. I have a few different varieties in here, and I propagated some babies off of this little guy. Here's some that we did together. And this is one I took a couple of months ago, and it's starting to get really big now. This is a little succulent arrangement we did last year. We cut and reset all these little guys back in the soil, and they're really starting to fill out quite nicely. This is a photo I took after we did that back in November 2019. And this photo is from January 2020. You can really see how much they've grown. I also noticed that they were starting to bloom. These are some of the succulent babies I've been transplanting over these last couple of weeks that we propagated from leaves. They're getting quite big, especially these little guys. And this is an Echeverria arrangement that I wanted to give you an update on. We transplanted all these little babies a few months ago, and they're really growing so big. This is a picture I took on May 6th when we transplanted them. I love how this little arrangement came out. This is my propagation station where I propagate a lot of my succulent leaves. And this is my Christmas cactus I transplanted a little over a year ago. And it bloomed for us in the end of winter, beginning of spring. They are so pretty, and we really got to enjoy them quite a bit. I also propagated a few little cuttings. This is my Echeverria ruffles. And this is my Echeverria afterglow. They both bloomed in the beginning of spring. I'm not really sure what this one is, but I really like the color because it has blue foliage and it pushes out a bunch of little offshoots. This one also flowered in the beginning of spring. This is my little Jade Planner we fixed from root and stem rot last year. We're going to end up transplanting these into a bigger container along with you guys. Their stems have gotten so big. Let's take a look at the succulents growing on the top of my cart. This one is an Echeverria Lola. And this is a Sempervivum hen and chick. And this is my little peanut cactus, which grows a bunch of offshoots. And this is a Pearl von Nurburg. This is my Echeverria neon breaker, which flowered for me last year. The flower is actually in a heart shape, and the mother plant is in the middle. All these little babies have totally taken over this planter, and we're going to end up separating these in the future. For now, we're going to leave it to grow all clumpy together, because it looks so beautiful. This is another Echeverria variety. I'm not sure the exact name, but I really like it. And this is my Echeverria Peacock Ii, which started to flower again. This is another Echeverria type, which has really cool variegations to the leaves and points on the tips. So neat. And this is my Mammillaria cactus, which flowered for me last year. I just love this bloom. We fixed this little guy from stretching a couple of weeks ago in a video with you guys, so I'll make sure I post that down below in the description so you can see how we did that. It's really starting to grow quite nicely. And we're starting to grow a lot of little babies along the stem that we cut it from. Can you see them all? These are my lithops, which flowered for me back in November of 2019. And I took this picture on November 2nd. After it flowered, it started pushing out a new set of leaves. You can see they've gotten really big since March. The new set of leaves have taken over, just like this split rock over on the right. And the top set has fully grown in. This is my Echeverria Topsy-Turvy Succulent, which has a ton of babies growing off of her stem. And she flowered for us back in August. This is my Crassula plant, and I started off with just a little 4-inch cutting. Next up is my Opalina, which has really pretty foliage. This one's Fragilis Variegata. And this one is also a Gracilis fragilis, but it's a thimble cactus. And they push out a bunch of little offshoots which can be propagated really easily. We also have an Echeverria Black Knight or Black Prince. I'm not sure of the exact name, but we propagated some of its leaves. This is a little Graptopetalum I propagated from leaves. This is an Echeverria tubitans and a little barrel cactus, which also bloomed in the beginning of spring. This one is my Aloe Zanzibar, which is starting to push off a bunch of little babies. And next to it, I have my elephant bush, which I propagated from that big guy in the back. Do you see how big that's getting? We're going to have to propagate this again really soon. This is a little Saprovivum hen and chick I propagated. This is another one. And this is another little Saprovivum I fixed from root and stem rot. These are just some little cuttings I propagated. And this is another Saprovivum. This is a org ear jade plant. And this is a Gasteria armstrongi. This one is a Christmas cactus I propagated a few months ago. We also have some jade cuttings we propagated a long time ago, and they're growing really big. This is my donkey tail. I bought this last year, which it was really hard to take care of in the beginning. You can see where we were losing a lot of leaves in the center here, but now we have it growing to its full potential. We have lots of babies growing from its stem. This is a Graptosedum variety, I'm not sure of the exact name, and I have a bunny ear cactus growing right behind it. This is a cutting I propagated a few months ago, and these are all little babies I propagated from leaves. This is a new succulent I got a couple of months ago. And this is my Kalanchoe Tomentosa Bearpaw succulent. It's actually summer dormant and winter growing. I propagated a little offshoot over the winter time. It's really starting to get big now. This is my Haworthia. It flowered for us a few months ago and started pushing off all these little babies around the edges of the pot. I propagated a few of them, so I'll be showing you guys that in another video, and I can't wait for these little guys to get bigger. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this little succulent tour and grow some of your own. They're really fun and easy to grow once you get the hang of them. And if you need any help at all, just remember I'm always here for you, and I love to help you in any way I can. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.